looking at why alcohol is dangerous. Okay, so today's lesson is all about drinking and it's all about alcohol. Now, you can see the understanding of why this is very important. So many people drink, and we're going to be looking at why it's important that we stop drinking in large quantities daily, because it can become very detrimental. Okay, so alcohol contains the drug ethanol. It is absorbed into the bloodstream. It then travels to the brain and slows down the nervous system, which is why it's called a depressant. Okay, it's kind of the opposite of a stimulant. A stimulant would be the opposite, like caffeine or something like that, speed up your nervous system. On the other hand, now, drinking is a bit like takeaway. It's fine if you do it in small quantities, but you don't want to do it all the time, okay? Because it can become very, very detrimental. Now look at this. These are some of the effects of drink driving. Okay, it has caused some horrific accidents around the world, and you'll also see when you're on the motorway, when I'm traveling to Luton, or if I'm going to Milton Keynes or to see my family, you often see don't drink and drive. Drinking is also very detrimental in the sense if you're pregnant, it can cause damage to the growing fetus or the growing embryo. It also can reduce sperm count. That is again for men, it can actually reduce testosterone and reduce your sex drive as well. So it's very important that you understand all these. Now, males are allowed to drink 3 to 4 units a day. On the other hand, females are allowed to drink anywhere between 2 to 3. Okay, so just some information right there about drinking. Now, what's very dangerous about drinking is once it becomes a casual kind of thing, you're doing it regularly, that's when it can become really dangerous. If you're doing it once a week, it's fine. Once or twice a week is fine, but don't do it regularly. Okay, 1 unit is 10 milliliters. Okay, and it takes around roughly an hour to break that down. Now, alcoholic drinks, or you can see them, the current legal limit for drinking and driving is 2 to 3 units depending on your gender and age. What do you think about that? Do you think it should be reduced or increased? Think about this. It's very important that you drink, when you're driving, you're sober. Now, what I like you to do is I like to make 2 columns. I like to write short term and long term and see if you can place these into the correct section. Now, you can read them, you can write them down. Can make you relaxed and less anxious. Do you think that's long term or short term? I think that's short term. Can cause sickness and vomiting. That's short term. You know, when you're drunk, you can wake up the next day with what we call we can be hungover. So I've already done them for you, so you can place them in the correct section of your table, whether they're long term or short term, because there are short term effects of drinking and there is also long term. If you're going to drink every day, that's when it's going to become very, very dangerous. That's why I'm recommending you don't do it every day, and if you do drink, try to limit the amount that you drink, because it's not very good. And we're going to be looking at the different organs that it affects as well. In particular, it affects your liver. Now, this is it. This is exactly what I was talking about. Now, one of my favourite footballers of all times is George Best. He had a massive problem with drinking, unfortunately. Now, his drinking caused him to have a liver transplant, but he didn't stop drinking. Yeah, end up dying, unfortunately. But what a footballer he was. He was absolutely magisterial for Manchester United, and he was such a deadly player. He was so good on the ball. His dribbling was something else. So what a player, and what a shame it was that he was addicted to drinking, unfortunately. But yeah, this is a little bit of an article I've got for you over there about Georgie Best. Do like seeing him, actually, but he does evoke some very good memories. What I'd like you to do is create an alcohol mind map on the effects. So you can write alcohol in the middle, and I'd like you to write down on the sides, you know, the effects it can cause. And I've broken it up to good, even better if, or best. And I'd like you to complete this. Use the keywords at the bottom over there, and I'd like you to explain to me the effects of alcohol. Why is it dangerous? Because you talk about it. It can affect your liver, it can affect your brain, your nervous system. We looked at driving accidents, we looked at a healthy liver and an unhealthy liver, and I'm going to show you other things as well. You can pause the video, look at this, how it affects your brain, your heart, your blood pressure. It affects women, it affects your bladder, there is a number of different things alcohol can affect. You can pause a video, you can take down notes, you can add these to your little mind map. That'll be fantastic, okay? Because this lesson is all about drinking, okay? Now, make sure when you drink, all right, you kind of just relax, you chill out, you don't drive, anything like that, you're just having a nice time. It also affects your bowel, your liver, your pancreas, and your stomach as well. And you can read in detail how it affects it on the video. I've put all the information there. Anyway, thank you very much for attending this lesson on alcohol, and please, if you drink, try to limit it. Thank you.